is an updated technical analysis on Spider, the largest component to the S&P 500, here off the 5-minute interval. The 0-day to expiration strategy guide for the day trading strategy guide for tomorrow, March 22nd, 2023. Well, we have the press conference with the Federal Reserve tomorrow being touted as really one of the most significant of the generation, the Fed rate decision. And in my view, Powell is likely to come out and announce a 25 basis point increase and assert that the banking system is stable. Whether or not this is the case is in another matter entirely. If Powell chooses not to raise rates by 25 basis points, it could cause the market to panic and believe that the contagion is far worse than previously expected and or believed. And if that were to happen, if that case were to happen, more banks end up going bankrupt and failing, then Powell would have no choice but to take more drastic measures. Next case scenario being the Fed pulls the rug underneath everyone's feet and hikes by 50 basis points. In that end, I would see nothing but a huge chunk of selling, forced liquidation, stops to go off, margin calls, circuit breakers, markets being halted, just completely undershooting the inflation rate and adding to the uncertainty in the inflationary fight. I would only expect increased market volatility if we ended up hiking 50 basis points. If we even go on a pause, again, could be rendering some or maybe even a huge market surge, knowing that the Fed is nearing the peak of rates. But we'll have the charts be our guide for now. And what we have here is, well, I still have the daily resistance and support levels here, called 423 price support, color-coded tan, which coincides with the daily intervals. Big key levels to watch there. We do have confirmed negative and bearish RSI divergence. Whether that is unconfirmed, it is unconfirmed in the moving average convergence in the oscillator. We do have some confirmation stochastics, but again, need more evidence to build up on that. We do have this primary reactionary high trend line off the March 9th reactionary highs. I do really like it. And it might come into a space and come in coinciding, might be a secondary confluence of resistance up above with the 423 price support. So anything like that would not only extend the marginal high and divergent high there off the RSI divergence, we would have an increase of negative or bearish divergences that are building there, with the potential rising bearish wedge pattern here, where we could see something like this coil up here and break. Once you see that trend line break, I would believe it would come with an objective short trade day entry, some of that nature, especially if it coincides right amongst that key 423 price resistance. Another trend line to watch out for is off the 15th reactionary lows off of March here. I do really like this pivot point right here. I truly believe some sort of reaction could be felt, especially coinciding with 397.18 price support. And then we have really, really good support here at 394.15 price support, multiple reactionary highs, reactionary lows, just a complete gap resistance, a key inflection point there, which will coincide with the 5-minute 200 moving average there down below. So big inflection point there. I would only expect long traders and or dip buyers to come in for an increased day trade entry right there. If we end up breaking down, have that first secondary sell signal, small sell signal, and if bull traders, long traders don't end up not defending that secondary benefit of a doubt trend line, I could see an increased move down here where again, bull traders, dip buyers need to respect this and stepping at all cost at that point. But this is what and of course bear traders, short sellers, they want to see this gap support completely broken for a move downside right back on a back test of that 389.88 price resistance there. So just a couple scenarios, a couple short ops where you could take some shorts up above, take some longs down below. That's where I would put the odds favoring an increase in some sort of reaction there, and especially this key 389.88 price support. So big data mall, we'll see what happens. I've added these key levels up on top just in case we end up. Another thing, another scenario that could play out, you want to see bull traders, long traders, they want to break that, finally take out that primary resistance off the daily interval level there, and a renewed, completely burn off this RSI divergence or any negative and or bearish divergences that are coming, trying to take down the price of the stock here, get completely burned and see a market surge to the upside. I got 405.94 up on top as well. Some other key inflection points to add, just in case we have a pretty wild swing in either direction of all. So key inflection points to play your day trade entries around that key range. I really like this for a long trade off this gap support resistance and playing longs at that 389.88 price support. So we'll see what happens. I'll zoom out here to the daily interval, much larger picture. Big picture here, I've added some new key functioning levels. We have this primary, really wedge triangle support pattern here, and it's coiling up. We're expected to have a, pretty sizable big move if broken in either direction. So if we get something like that over the next course of the few weeks ahead, something like that, bull traders, dip buyers, I want to see a breakout above here. Trading 398.91. They want to see a complete breakout, retake that 50-day moving average there, and hone in to challenge that big resistance level off the January 2022 reactionary highs here. That is the new key level I've added. I expect nothing but a pure reaction amongst this key level here. So I would expect some sort of reaction there. Bull traders, dip buyers, they want to finally break out of this zone and go on to challenge that primary downtrend line. They take that out there. That's going to be exceedingly bullish. And a move on over again that I've been talking about up to that 618 fibs retracement, coincide with the 429.50 price resistance there. I would expect something like that, but big key levels to watch. Again, that 423 price resistance is right up above that 10 key level here, what I've added off the 5-minute interval, and then we have the 389.88 price support right there. And if we were to snap this key primary triangular setup, symmetrical triangle pattern, then that's a sell signal in my opinion, and a potential backtest would offer an objective short trade entry. And then, as I've been harping and hyping up for quite some time, the 236 fibs retracement trading at 379.16 price support here, coinciding with their 378.17 price support, is the mother of all inflection points, in my opinion. Whereas we end up taking that out, that's going to damage a lot of the technical momentum indicators in multiple intervals, and I would only expect a large, big wave of selling on a complete undercut of the October reactionary lows there.